All right, here we go. So this is motivation and emotion 1. I'd much rather teach you World War I, but that's fine. I'm teaching World War I in AP World this week, so I'm pretty excited. Huh? What the hell? I'm aware, but that's your first thought when I say World War I?
Yes.
All right, what is your reference? There we go. All right, here we go. So motivation is where we find ourselves this week. It is not a crazy hard week, but it is a lot of theories, and you haven't had a lot of theories in a while. So motivation is the process by which activities are started, directed, and continued so that physical or psychological needs and wants are met. When we talk about motivation, we're talking about the reasons why we're motivated, how we're motivated, and what is going to sustain our motivation. Okay? So, today we're going to do a dialogue on your board, so have them out, ready to go. What motivates you the most? What is effectively gets you off the couch doing things because you need to do things? Is it your mom? Is it your dad? Is it your friends? Is it your little man Toby? Is it your husband? Is it, that was more a reference to me. It'd be really awkward if you guys had a husband or a wife. Okay, GPA, college, your own. Like, what motivates you the most? Because we're going to reference this back. So, intrinsic, oh, don't use my vocab against me. What motivates you the most? Mom's approval. I got a husband's approval. Like, I want McCray to like what I'm doing, you know? And it's really hard. Because, like, I'd much rather sit on my couch and eat chocolate all day. But I don't think McCray would be proud of that, you know? Good. Money. Absolutely, that's a real one right there, ladies and gentlemen. Money. Only I can motivate myself. Okay. GPA, that's a real one. Authoritative observer. What the hell does that mean?
If there's someone in the room watching me, I would get so much work done.
I see you every day and you don't turn in your assignments.
But you don't see me now.
You're right. That would be a whole level of creepy. That would be a whole level of creepy. I typically stay away from that. College, GPA, personal approval, your own future. There we go. So motivation is found. Now, extrinsic is when it's a type of motivation in which a person performs an action and leads to an outcome that is separate. Okay? Everybody does something to impress someone. Okay? Typically, it's easier to refer to extrinsic as to someone else. I have, as do you, we have many motivations for whatever we choose to do. We have both intrinsic. Like, I work really hard at teaching, and I really do try to be a good teacher. I think we can agree that's not really a common trend amongst all teachers. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah, exactly. That's right. In every profession, whether it's teaching or something else, you're always going to have a lot of slackers. You're going to have people who carry the burden. So whatever job, if you're going to be an accountant, if you're going to be working in a restaurant, if you're going to be working at Target, all of those things, you're always going to have the slackers and the people who carry them. So extrinsic is the motivation why you do it outside yourself. I have a lot of intrinsic motivation. I work hard to teach because I love to teach, and I want you guys to do well. But my extrinsic motivation is my husband. I want my husband to be happy. I don't put him above me. But if he's happy, it makes my life easier. You know what I mean? And I do want his approval. I really do respect what he thinks, and I want him to like me. Extrinsic. Okay? So, a lot of you put on your boards extrinsic motivation. Moms, GPA, that's extrinsic. Future, okay, to a degree, that's extrinsic. So when you think of outside yourself, that is that. So if you're looking just to stay out of trouble at your house, that was always my goal and when I was a teenager, that would be extrinsic motivation. All right, so instincts are biologically determined and innate patterns of behavior that exist in both people and animals. Instincts are innate, which means you are born with them. What is an example of an instinct that I've taught you? Rooting is a perfect example of an instinct. What else is an instinct? Yeah, your 5 major instincts that you're born with. You also have an instinct about whether people are good or bad, correct? Have you ever got that gut-wrenching feeling when you've been in a situation? Like, there's this really creepy RV that parks outside my house. Actually, that is true. But there's a red car that is parked outside my house as well. It's like a Mazda Miata or something. It's like this little crappy little red car. Toby loses his mind every time he sees it. Like, I think there's like a dead body in it or something, you know? Because he doesn't freak out around cars, and he loses his mind. He's having an instinct. There's an instinct. There's something happening there. Does that make sense? Hello? You don't understand why you feel that way, but you do. That's an instinct. Now, instinct approach is approach to motivation that assumes people are governed by instincts similar to those of animals. Those instincts that we really boil down to, what are the three major instincts that we've been talking about all year long? Three instincts. Food,
Sex, water.
food, sex, water. Okay? Now, since becoming a dog owner, I have witnessed a lot of instincts. Okay? My man has been humping a lot of dogs. Now, I've been watching this process unfold as the primary dog carer in my house. I have witnessed him trying to hump from different directions. When he first started doing it, it was straight to the face. Straight to the face. Then he figured out, hey, this isn't working for me. Then it went to the side. And then about a week ago, he figured it out. And he figured it out. Now, he kept going after the wrong sex. So, he likes boys, you know, whoever you love, you know. I don't, huh? I did. He got fixed on Friday. My man's got a cone. Oh yeah, it is a sad, sad, sad day in the Bennett household. I am like out of sleep. I am sicker than I was on Thursday. My man has broken my heart. It is so sad.
Is McCray being like weird? Like, doesn't have a man anymore?
No, he refused to pay for half of the doctor's appointment. So I cashed out. He's like, I can't support this. He's like now he refers to his house as McCray and the 4 girls.
Oh.
So I have 2 cats that are girls.
Oh, that's me.
Me. And then Toby. Okay, so no one taught Toby how to hump. Toby knew it. That's an instinct approach. Toby runs on instincts. Food, sex, water, that's all that motivates him, and he just runs around. Not so much anymore. Mostly he bangs into things with his head. Okay, now that he's got his coat on. But it's horrifyingly hilarious watching him suffer. Oh yeah, no, it was the right decision. It had to happen, but it broke my heart. It was the saddest thing. It was the saddest thing. Anyway, so instinct approach is that people live by this too. Now, you probably started identifying a kid in your class that is going to be working at the same job, pretty much doing nothing in 10 years in your class reunion. Have you agreed? Do you know who that kid's going to be?
Yeah.
Have you? Is it you?
No.
Oh, you seem very like, yeah.
It's in my first period.
No, I don't need to know his name or her name. Okay? That person is working on an instinct approach. If you know someone, and I know people who have stayed at the same job for like 10 years and they're at my age, it's because it pays the bills. It feeds them. They got a little extra money they can go buy root beer on the weekends. They can go hang out with their friends, you know? They don't have to do much. And they have someone to entertain with. They're dating someone or seeking, hanging out with people. That's the instinct approach. All their basic things are required, they're done. A lot of people are like that. My sister is like that. She's like, as long as I have everything covered, I can pay my bills, I can eat, and I have a little extra money to kind of do whatever I want, I'm fine with that. And there's nothing wrong with it. But if you know someone like that, that's instinct approach. They just want the basic 3 things covered. They have someone to hang out with. They want to feed themselves. And they also just want to basically survive, pay their rent. And my sister doesn't care. She's been working at this job. She puts things in boxes. That's all she does all day. Eventually, she'll be replaced by a machine. But right now, she just puts things in boxes, and she's completely happy with it. She's just happy. That's instinct approach. Okay, now drive reduction is everyone has needs. Those needs are requirement of material, food, sex, water. Drive, and you have drive on your paper, and this is a big thing. Actually, wait 2 seconds and listen to me for 2 seconds. Okay. Everyone knows, I think the last time you were like really, really hungry. And I'm talking like starving, like you've never eaten before. Okay? How uncomfortable were you? Very uncomfortable. It was literally the only thing you could think about, correct? You were literally in your head scamming away to get food, yes? And then the moment you had the opportunity to whether get out of class, get out of whatever you were, what was the first thing you did? Got food. Absolutely. That's drive. That strategy of how to get food and going to get that food is what we call drive. We have drive in order to eradicate our needs. Okay? Every single person has it. Think about the last time you really had to go pee. Is there a lot of teachers who don't let you go to the bathroom?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why? Is it one of those things that you go every day? Is that what their thing is, or is it just universally no?
Yeah.
Universally.
No.
I just don't get that. Who am I to tell you?
Or there's like a bunch of teachers where it's like you're only allowed to go once a semester, and if you go more, then I'm taking points off your overall grade.
I'm sorry, what?
You heard it right.
Are you kidding me?
Oh yeah,
You've heard it.
No, this one teacher I had, they don't want names, but like we got passes and we could turn them in for extra credit, like at the end of this semester, and everybody like needed extra credit in that class. So like nobody went to the bathroom in it.
But if you have to use the bathroom in my class, and you know I'm not going to let you go, what are you sitting there thinking about the whole damn time?
Going to the bathroom.
Yeah, that's drive, man. That's drive. All you're thinking about is, oh my god, I gotta pee so bad. Oh my god, I shouldn't have drank that water. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. You're not thinking about anything else. That's drive, okay? Is that how are you going to relieve that tension? That's what drive reduction theory is all about. It is the approach to motivation that assumes behavior arises from physiological needs that cause internal drives to satisfy that need. Okay? What drive reduction theory is in like in a specific manner is that, for instance, for McCrae in his head, McCrae when he grew up was really poor. I mean, he was a Kmart layaway kid. As in, his mom would show up at the very end of the school year and kind of guess where McCrae was going to be by the next time the school starts. And she would every month put down a down payment on the clothes. And by the time school came around, she would actually be able to bring that clothes home, and that would be McCrae's, clothes for the year. That's it. He didn't go to the mall to buy clothes for the first time until he was a sophomore in high school, when his mom got married to his stepfather. So McCrae in his head has what money looks like and feels like in his head, and so he works tirelessly. Like, McCrae woke up at 6 o'clock on Saturday morning after no one was sleeping in my house because my little man was making life miserable for everyone. He probably got 2.5 hours of sleep, really, because Toby was just so miserable. Got up at 6:30, was out of the house by 7. He was in his office by 7:15, and he stayed there till 3, working. Because in his head, he's not where he wants to be financially, so he just works until he can earn that next promotion, which hopefully gives him what he wants to make things easier. That's drive reduction. Another example would be, I don't know. That was the extent. Is that pretty good? Hello? All right, that's about as good as I got right now. All right, to the boards. Let's go. All right, on your whiteboard, please tell me what is a biologically determined innate pattern of behavior that exists in both people and animals. The understanding of how anatomy works to have sex is one of them. Pain. Instinct. On your whiteboard, please tell me what is the process by which activities are started, directed, and continued so that physical or psychological needs or wants are met. What do we call that? Good. What is it? Sophia? Motivation. I am motivated by trying to keep my husband happy. He's my best friend. So I want him to like me. So I change my behavior, and I'm motivated by trying to make him happy. He's also motivated by trying to make me happy. I had a wonderful birthday 2 weeks ago. That was him trying to make me happy. What do we call that? Bella? Extrinsic motivation. On your whiteboard, food, sex, water. No. Oh, I'll take it. Now that you. What am I looking for, Chris? Needs. I'll also accept what, Skylar? Primary drives. As long as you have primary drives, it'll work. You can't just say drives. On your whiteboard, please tell me, what is it called when I'm hungry and all I'm doing is thinking about what I can do to make me not hungry? I could chew the gum I have in my purse. I could put a piece of paper in my mouth and it'll make me feel a little bit better. What is it called when I'm doing whatever I can, James? Drive. What is it called that I'm motivated by trying to reduce the amount of tension I have? And it will direct my entire behavior, Madison.
Drive reduction theory.
Drive reduction theory. On your whiteboard, please tell me, what is it called if I am completely motivated by my instincts? That I am purely motivated to have sex with as many people as possible. I just want to be able to feed myself. I just want to be able to have a basic life. What do we call that? Noah? Instinct approach. All right. Are we feeling okay about those? Hello? All right. You need to keep especially drive reduction. AP loves drive reduction, and there's a couple. It's probably your heavier favorited ones. All right. So when we talk about drive reduction theory, we have things called primary drives, as Skylar so eloquently described on her board. Those are food, hunger, sex. Okay, those are your primary drives. Every single person in this room is motivated by food, sex, and water. Which two are the most popular for advertising? Food, sex. Food and sex are the two biggest ones. For instance, look at what's that stupid cheeseburger place that has those beautiful women?
The Arby's commercials where they eat the.
Yeah. What are they? What is it?
Wing House.
Wing House, yeah.
I think
Arby's.
No, it's not Arby's. Arby's is not. Hardee's, yes.
Aren't they like the same?
No, I think Arby's and Hardee's are different.
Yeah.
Oh, Checkers.
I know Hardee's is also the same thing.
Checkers.
Yeah, there's something else.
They
All right.
offer to sell it.
So, if you've ever seen a Hardee's commercial, which I don't know how you couldn't have, it's this beautiful half-naked chick eating this big cheeseburger, and it's just like, rah, and it just like falls all over. It's supposed to be, sexy that she's eating this massive cheeseburger. That's a blending of the two primary drives. If you look at your commercials, most of them have some sort of sex to it. Can we agree? Some sort of sex component, especially on your things that are marketed specifically for adults and people your age. If you look at all of your alcohol advertisements, it's always half-naked women, correct? Your cologne is where you see a lot of half-naked men. So we got some, Okay, apparently in our cleaning commercials, we all saw Mr. Clean's Super Bowl commercial. So we're starting to objectify the men. Welcome to it, men. And stuff like that. So primary drives are used heavily in advertisements. Now, acquired secondary drives are what we call, so if someone threw out money. Money is a secondary drive because if you never learned the value of money, would having a green rectangle in front of you be impressive? Hello? No, but you know the value of that green rectangle and how it can buy you everything you ever wanted. Just kidding. That way it gives you more. Clothes, cars, also public affection. Other people's affection and attention is a secondary drive. You need to write that down because most people don't consider that a secondary drive. Okay, we all want people to like us. Can we agree?
Yeah.
Like, I want people to like me. I don't care if everyone likes me, but if I respect you as, like, a student, I want you to like me. Does that make sense? If I think you are a big old Disappointment. I had to go through a couple words there. Did you hear that pause? I had to go through a couple words that I couldn't use. If I think you're a disappointment, that you don't work to your full potential, and you don't like me, I don't care. If you are a hardworking student and you are working through, and maybe you have a lot of things going on, but you are trying, I have a lot of respect for you, and I do care what your opinion is. Kids who don't know me, who don't like me, I don't care. Hopefully you feel that same way. Do you? Hopefully? Yes? Alright. On your whiteboard, what are you motivated now for? I want something specific. Don't tell me a car. Like, if someone could say, if you do this, I'll buy you what specifically? What specific? For instance, McCrae wants a new pair, and this is a direct quote because this is not my language. For Valentine's Day, I bought him a pair of sick kicks. Sick kicks. He wants the knitted shoes, the Nike knitted ones. Yes, I already bought it. I know. It's so ridiculous. So that is what he wants a pair of sick kicks. That's what he's motivated by. What is something you are motivated by right now at this moment? If someone could buy you something that you wanted, maybe for Valentine's Day, it is tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, what would it be? Rockford, what does that say?
Rockford, Boston.
I don't know anything about that. Almond Hershey's. Oh, girl, you should have told me they're your fave because I had a ton over there. I didn't know. I ate them. All right, turn to your person near you and share your answer. Go. What do you want for Valentine's Day tomorrow? What is your acquired secondary drive? I see you, Eva. Maybe a nap in a comfy bed?
No, I like smoothie king better. I was doing extreme juice and it was disgusting.
Oh, it is disgusting.
It was so gross.
It's so
I paid
gross.
$5 for a small smoothie and I was like, what is this barf? And then I went to Smoothie King and got
And it
myself a
was
small one and it
delicious.
was great.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I am 100% with you. McCrae likes green drink, which is another reason why we go.
It's like what?
3, green drink.
I've never even heard of that.
It's disgusting. They put like every vegetable in the history of the world into it. It takes like 45 minutes to make. It's disgusting. Green drink, like the wheatgrasses and all that crap. Ugh, it's disgusting. Alright, so your secondary drives can be cars, can be clothes, can be watches. That was a big thing in my other classes. Okay. Now when we talk about drive reduction, it's always about getting your body back to a homeostasis or an equal field where you are not hungry and you're not stressed out about being hungry. You're in this perfect little place. Is anyone in this perfect little place right now with your hunger? Oh, really? So I keep talking about hunger and you're just like, oh, this isn't a problem for me today. Is it usually that way? Really?
It's because of the blood draw. You eat so much food.
There you go. But Skylar Rose always feels this way. Are you? Do you get hungry often? Like, are you like a hungry person? I'm a hungry person.
We do it like certain times of day. Or like every single time of that day. Or like every day of that time.
Okay. So you're not like, you don't eat just to eat. I could eat every day, all day. I'm like passionate about food. And junk food, not like healthy food. Because like healthy food, what a waste. What a waste of calories. Just kidding. Alright. So, needs, here we go. So, your first types of needs. Now, this is going to fall under... Let me see. Oh, is this you? You're so good. I can't remember the names. Do you remember the chick who came up with the names? Okay, me neither. We'll pretend like I did know, right? Carol. Yeah, I think it is a Carol, isn't it?
Well, I don't think it. I think it was a guy who came up with these, but she came up with the self-view.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. I don't know. Anyway, I can't remember who came up with it. Anyway, that's fine. So, there's 3 needs of achievement. Each of us are going to be one primarily. However, there's 3 in combination. What?
McClellan.
McClellan. There you go. Thank you, Payne, for being here today. Alright, so the first one is need for achievement. It's a need that involves a strong desire to succeed in attaining goals, not only realistic ones, but challenging ones. This is who I am. I know I am just a teacher, and that's fine. But I really do have a lot of goals that I set for myself and things I want to accomplish, both in the classroom and outside. And I spend all my time focusing on trying to achieve it. Like, you may not believe this, but I actually do really try with you people. And I do want you to succeed, and I do constantly reflect back on what I do and try to improve in order to make your lives better and my own. My need for achievement is both personal and professional. Obviously, you are my profession. My personal life, like I just want to be happy. So I try to go out of my way to take care of my man and buy him sick kicks. And yesterday we had our big Valentine's Day dinner, and that was really nice. So it was nice. We made dinner at home because that's who we are. But it was really nice. And so going out and trying to do those types of things, I'm constantly trying to improve. McCrae is one of those people as well, so it makes it work. Some people have a need for affiliation. This is not who I am. These are people who need for friendly social interactions and relationships with others. These are people who love people. Yeah. I can't fathom it. My mom is a need for affiliation. So my mom got a free dinner at Olive Garden to go listen to some guy talk about taxes. And I called my mom and I talked to her. This was Friday night, so I talked to her on Saturday morning. And my mom was like, I am just so upset. And I was like, oh my God, Mom, why? She's like, well, I went to a free dinner last night. And I was like, okay. And I was like, was the service bad? She was like, no, service is great. And I was like, so what was the problem? She's like, well, I was at a dinner with a bunch of people I didn't know, and no one would talk to me. It's like, Mom! And she's like, well, there was 10 of us at a table, and it would have been better if we just talked to each other. And I tried talking to every single person. I made a comment about their clothes. I asked them about their jobs, and no one would talk to me. I was like, Mom, you are with Dad. Why didn't you just talk to Dad? I always talk to Dad. I was like, Mom, you don't have to talk. Some people just like quiet at dinner, especially if they're with people they don't know. They can just talk to their husband or wife. You know, you don't have to talk to everyone. She's like, no, if we're going to share a meal together, I should know something about them. And I was like, oh my God, you are my nightmare. Okay, so my mom has a need for affiliation. She wants to have a genuine conversation with people at all times of the day, and that's what matters to her. And your third one is need for power. These are people who have to feel authority. They have to be given some sort of position of power, position of control, being able to manipulate people if needed over others. Now, my brother is a perfect example of this. He's a police officer. He's a good one.
My brother's a cop too, sorry.
Is he?
Yeah.
My brother, I really do believe he is a good cop.
Where is he?
In Pinellas.
Oh, really?
Yeah, does your brother work in Pinellas?
No, he was not. He was up in South Carolina, but he was going to transfer down here to, like...
Pinellas is really strict on everything.
Pinellas?
My dad won't represent anyone from Pinellas.
Really?
Yeah. He said even if I got arrested.
That's not good. At least you know where the line is. Or to call Dad. As soon as you cross that line, can't call Dad. So my brother's a police officer, and my brother loves just telling people he's a police officer and saying that, oh, you know what I mean? Because when you find out someone's a cop, you always go, oh, correct? Not that you have anything in your back pocket that's illegal. It's not like you're going to go on a murdering spree, but now you're not because you found out that person's a cop. But it's kind of like, oh. Can we all agree? Yes? All of a sudden, now you're like the guiltiest person in America, and you just cannot be trusted in the same room. You have to leave. My brother loves it. He loves being that authority figure. And he loves that people look at him and say, wow, you're a cop? And they ask him all the cop questions, like, oh, do you have your gun on you? And my brother's like, yeah. Do you have your own cop car? Yeah. Do you have a taser? Yeah. These are all basic things. These are me coming to class with colored pencils and crayons and markers, basic, Anyway, he loves it. He loves that with authority. He's been that way his whole damn life. He was always the line leaders in school. He's that kid. And he'd walk around in the hallway, why aren't you in class? Kid, you don't know me. He's awful. I love him, but he's terrible. Anyway, on your whiteboard, which one are you? Don't go.
That's so upset.
Don't leave.
So who